temporada. Revivimos uno de sus partidos en los playoffs del 75. En unos minutos lo hacemos. A principios de los 70, la lucha legal de Spencer le acompañaba a todas partes. Sin embargo, pudo centrarse en el juego y demostró que podía ser tan bueno como el mejor. 4 veces All-Star en Seattle, Haywood condujo a los Sonics a su primera aparición en los playoffs de 1975. El equipo entrenado por Bill Russell se enfrentó a Golden State Warriors en las semifinales de conferencia. El cuarto partido de esa serie es el partido que rescatamos hoy del archivo. Los Warriors vencían por 2-1. Nos unimos en la narración de Fran Lieber y Lynn Shelford en Seattle.
Rick Barry of the Golden State Warriors off to a sensational start in the playoffs to top off his best season ever. Keith Wilkes of the Warriors, the choice of many as the NBA's Rookie of the Year. "7'2" Tom Burleson of Seattle, one of 6 rookies who have sparkled in the Sonics' first playoff appearance ever. And Captain Spencer Haywood of the Sonics. All key ingredients of today's Western Conference playoff game between Seattle and Golden State. William Felton Russell, candidate for Coach of the Year with the job that he's done with this young Seattle team featuring 6 rookies. There's never been a team that's gotten into the NBA playoffs with that many rookies. And Brown, who was out on a firecracker in the second period when he scored 17 of his 19 points, is back in the contest. That's him, number 32. Haywood.
Seattle now has a chance to break the game wide open, unless, of course, Rick Barry or someone for Golden State should get the hot hand.
Keith Wilkes getting away from Haywood. Charlie Johnson, the open man, he's got 12. 65-55. Brown. Johnson all over him. Underneath to Burleson.
Rick Barry
collision there with Barry.
Yeah, Barry was helping out from the weak side. He kind of fell back, not only trying to avoid a foul, but hopefully getting a charge call on Burleson.
Johnson, who's been the only Warrior to hit here in the second half, really. Barry has been shooting. Johnson again, this time missing, and Haywood grabs another rebound. Sonics continue to control the backboards.
Yep, they're the aggressive team. They're dominating the backboards, and they're picking up confidence here as the game progresses.
Brown bounces right to Haywood. Everything going right for Seattle. Couldn't hit the one-hander, and Ray grabs the next one.
We'll see what Golden State does on offense. I think Rick Barry's got to start taking some shots, and obviously hitting them as well.
Keith Wilkes has the clear shot from 22 feet. Haywood, one rebound after the other, 2-on-1. Brown off to Skinner. Let's see, goaltending or a foul?
No, there's a foul on Golden State.
Loose ball foul.
Fred Brown tried to delay until the last second to pass off to the man underneath. It was an outstanding block by Clifford Ray that time. The foul went to number 10, Charlie Johnson.
Haywood. Mullins with the rebound. 3-on-3 situation. Johnson back to Mullins. Wilkes. Nice move to the basket by Keith Wilkes.
Now Golden State, maybe because Seattle's defense is letting up a little, is starting to score more. But to get back into the game, they're going to have to stop Seattle.
Clark. Ray, good position on Burleson that time to grab the rebound. Down to Perry. That's Rick's second basket of the game.
Second layup.
65-59, and now Russell on his feet calling timeout.
We heard during that last timeout some of the Warrior players saying, let's go, let's run them. They're starting to get tired. Well, obviously, that's what Golden State would like to do, is start running the Sonics.
Archie Clark with the basketball. Tab Skinner. Back to Clark, the crafty veteran. Only real playoff veteran that the Sonics have, this young ball club. Fred Brown driving the lane. Trying to get his own rebound. Burleson has it.
In order to start the fast break, Golden State needs to get some rebounds. As just shown there, they're not. Tom Burleson got it and put it in.
A little tough to fast break without the ball.
It sure does. Burleson now has 19.
67-59, Sonics. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Wilkes. Off the Ray. 7 seconds on the shot clock as Mullins guns it. Won't fall.
Let it go, let it go.
Now let's see who hit it off Burleson, they say. Burleson can't believe the call by Paul Mahalik, the official. Mullins going to set up the out-of-bounds play. Looks like Watts is getting ready to come in. Berry still hasn't hit one of those patented long jumpers. Wilkes with a rebound try.
They're going to call a foul. It's either going to be on Ray or Wilkes. We'll go the other way. Berry, once again on that long jump shot, was short, Frank. That's the way he's missed most of them. It's the 4th personal foul on Keith Wilkes. That's the 2nd time today Keith has missed a shot that he probably felt he should have made. And players get upset with themselves and they go too aggressively after the ball, and he did there.
Penalty in effect now. It's the 5th team foul of the Warriors. Sonics have had only 1 team foul against them here in the 3rd period.
Haywood. Spencer Haywood. He was on the 1968 United States Olympic team at only the age of 19. He'll be 26 years old on Tuesday.
Gets the margin back to 10 points. He has 12 in the game. Haywood injured earlier this season, but he has certainly come back strong. 9th in the league in scoring. Average of 22 points per game. Mullins. Off to Berry. From 12 feet. Off the back rim, no good. I think we're going to have shoving called on Ray.
Yep, that was an easy play to call by Mindy Rudolph. Clifford Ray definitely did push off. Rick Berry acted that time like he didn't want the shot. Looked like he wanted Keith Wilkes to take it. Keith's putting it up an awful lot for the Warriors today.
Wilkes took over a great deal of the offensive slack when Berry was injured for a brief period of time, scoring better than 30 points on a couple of occasions. And his play normally, though, is to complement Berry. 1+1 here for Spencer Haywood. 11-point advantage for the Sonics. Oh! Johnny Johnson breaking across the lane to grab it. Berry from the corner. Brown gets the rebound. Berry was short once again. Tab Skinner driving on Berry. Dickey getting ready to come into the game for Golden State. Watts to Haywood. To Brown. Mullins on him. Skinner with the rebound. Boy, there were 3 blue shirts underneath the basket, and somehow Skinner got in there and put it through. And Golden State calls timeout. Sonics get a standing ovation from their fans as they have built their lead to 13 points with 4 minutes and 46 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter.
Por primera vez, los aficionados de Seattle disfrutaban con un equipo ganador. Mel Russell, en su segunda temporada como entrenador y general manager, llevó a los Sonics hasta los playoffs. Sabía mucho de victorias. Su estrella era Spencer Haywood, que acabó entre los primeros de la liga en puntos, rebotes y tapones. Volvemos al partido y repasamos tus conocimientos sobre 1975. Los Sonics de 1975 fueron uno de los equipos sorpresa en la NBA. Después de acabar la liga regular con una racha de 7 victorias consecutivas, batieron a Detroit en la primera ronda de playoff. Su siguiente rival era Golden State Warriors. Además de Haywood, los Sonics contaban con un equipo brillante con Freddie Brown y Slick Watts. Volvemos al partido con la intención de los Sonics de igualar la serie.
Fred Brown slows it down as he brings it across the center line.
This was a must game for Seattle, of course. If they had lost this afternoon, they'd be down 3-1. Only twice in the 29-year history of NBA playoffs have teams come from behind after being down 3-1.
Ellison has it blocked on him by George Johnson. Some of the fans feel that goaltending should have been called as Haywood drops it.
24-second clock expires. I can't believe that they didn't reset it after that last shot attempt. Some of the fans now, instead of yelling at the officials, they're getting on their own scorekeepers and clock keepers down here.
103-87. Dickey driving on Hummer.
Two on the floor, wards them off.
John Hummer picks up the foul before the shot, but it'll still be 1+1 for Derek Dickey. Steve Bracey getting a rest. He looks a little winded, and while he should be, he hasn't played that much this year. In the playoffs so far, Bracey has played only a total of 3 minutes before this afternoon's game, so he might be a little bit out of shape.
Dickey hitting on both free throws. He's got 6 points. 103-89. A little more than 3.5 minutes left to go. Watt slowing it down. Charlie Johnson ready to take a swipe at it. Jump ball.
Seattle, of course, was outstanding when they beat the Detroit Pistons 2 out of 3 in a playoff series just before this one. They won both the games played here in Seattle, losing in Detroit. Now each team will have won and lost each one game on the respective home floors.
Seattle is capable of beating Golden State at home. They've done it twice this year, which is more than any other NBA team could say.
Yeah, Golden State during the regular season lost only 10 games at home out of 41 plays.
Offensive foul called against Golden State. 6 fouls on Keith Wilkes.
Second Golden State Warrior player to foul out of a game. Bill Russell and his assistant Bob Hopkins, obviously very pleased and confident at this stage.
Wilkes fouls out with 22 points. Perhaps his best playoff performance from a scoring standpoint, but he's had to shoot a lot more today because of Barry's inability to hit the basket. Also had 9 rebounds.
Yeah, I think he probably had to take more of the offensive load that he would like to have.
3 minutes left to play in the game. Haywood. Knocked out by Burleson.
Seattle that time didn't run down the 24-second clock. Russell, with his arms up in the air, says, Spencer, why were you shooting? Let's run down the clock a little bit more. So you'll see him do that next time they get it.
Charlie Johnson over Haywood, hitting from 23 feet.
The lead is cut to 12.
Well, stranger things have happened. And the team kind of laid like this down in the last couple of minutes. Brown. Shot clock is down to 5 seconds as Watts tries for the hoop. Great cut. Oh, you talk about putting a soft shot up there.
Seattle seems to run down the clock and then get any kind of shot they want to.
And they're all dropping today. Phil Smith double teamed off to Bridges, who has come into the game for Golden State. Fred Brown with the steal. Into Hummer. Haywood saves it. Now slows it down. 15 seconds to go, and Watts just staring at that shot clock. 2 minutes left to go on the game. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Brown. Smith grabs the rebound. Long lead pass. Stolen again by Brown. George Johnson gets it back and put it away. 105-91. And now the chorus of appreciation rises from the Seattle Supersonic fans as the clock winds down the last minute and a half. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Brown from the corner out to Watts with 4 seconds to go. He drills it. 107-91. That's the time left in the game. 1:20 and counting.
scores. Flick Watts, that's 11 points in the game, and his best playoff game point-wise to date.
Air ball put up by George Johnson. Haywood grabs the rebound. He's had a ton of them today. Smith contesting him at the center line, off to Brown. 1 minute left to go in the contest. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Charlie Johnson hanging on to Watts. 18-footer. Foul will be on Burleson.
For Burleson, that's 5 personal fouls. Of course, it doesn't mean much at this stage, but that's probably the most fouls he has picked up in the 4 playoff games in this series and the 3 against Detroit. And that is further indication of why he is such an improved player. Earlier in the year, he was playing much less, yet getting in foul trouble more often. He has really cut down on his fouls.
George Johnson.
Greg, as you can see, he, like Rick Barry, and they are the only 2, shoots his free throws underhand. Only 2 in the NBA, I should add.
Slick Watts putting a couple of moves on Charlie Johnson. 40 seconds left to play in the game. All over but the shouting now, as this series will be tied. Good move.
Well, that happened by Brown. When you're on defense like Golden State, you're overplaying, you're gambling. Sooner or later, someone's going to break open underneath.
Charlie Johnson hits. That is 35 points for Brown. Top scorer in the game. His high on the year is 40, which he got a couple of times.
They'll just run it down, and Golden State will run it down as everyone in the Seattle Center Coliseum comes to their feet. They love their Sonics this afternoon.
Shot clock in tune with the game clock here. 5 seconds. Last shot of the game, and Brown winds up a perfect afternoon for the Seattle Supersonics as he rings the bell at the buzzer, connecting for his 37th point of the game as the Supersonics rout the Golden State Warriors 111-94 and will send the series back to Oakland on Tuesday for Game 5.
Los Sonics perderían el quinto partido de la serie ante los Warriors, que continuaban su camino hacia el título de la NBA. Sería el último partido de Haywood en los Sonics, ya que fue traspasado a los New York Knicks. No importa el equipo en el que jugara, Spencer Haywood siempre demostró que se trataba de un jugador especial.